I started about 31 years ago, actually. A little possum had fallen down a chimney, and I found an organisation that just started out looking after wildlife network, and I said I would like to learn how to do it, so I became a foster carer, and I started out with wildlife, and it was just a few little possums, and then graduated to birds, and then we bought a bigger property, and now I do just about everything. I try to rehabilitate orphan wildlife, so I get them in when they're quite small, from roadkill or from people from the vets or from Wildlife Victoria, different wildlife organisations, and I raise them and hopefully be able to raise them all the way through until they can be released back into the wild.
I'm Monique and I run the Lizard Wizard, which we do educational wildlife presentations with reptiles and marsupials and insects and anything native pretty much. So I did originally start volunteering at the wildlife shelter with Carol. Carol introduced me to marsupials, so if I hadn't gone to Carol I wouldn't have sugar gliders and things like that. Working with her I've learnt how to take care of joeys and wombats, wallabies, birds. I would never have gotten a bird if I hadn't worked with Carol, so she's really helped me to develop my knowledge a bit more on things that aren't reptiles. And then I ended up building up a bit of a collection myself. I started in high school as a project and then I really enjoyed it, so I just kept going. This is Spyro. Spyro is a bearded dragon. His story is pretty classic. The parents buy a cool lizard at the pet shop for the kids lose interest, and then Spyro comes to me. So that's what's happened with a lot of them as well. It's just kids, they lose interest in something that's really long-lived.
I get a lot of birds from they've been surrendered or confiscated or lost, or people go into aged care and they can't take their pets, so they become abandoned. We've ended up by building a lot of aviaries because I worry that they'll go into a small cage, and I'm not keen on birds in cages. If they can't be released, at least they've got room to fly. I'm mad about animals. Well, and I used to care about domestic animals, but now it's all wildlife, and because not enough people really do it, we need more carers. I'm very lucky I've got a lot of volunteers, so I can have up to 7 a day, because I can't do it all on my own, and I'm lucky a lot of other people care about animals and they come and help me every day.
Wildlife shelters, they don't get a lot of funding from the government and they don't get paid for what they do. They're just dedicating all their time to make sure that our native species don't go extinct. Like Carol, she's probably saved hundreds, thousands of animals, all on her own money, on her own time. So they're doing some awesome work, and definitely if you're looking at getting into the animal field, starting with something like that, because I've learnt so much from being at the wildlife shelter and just volunteering my time to animals that really need it.